Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building two web apps in Node.js and Express and I will be showing you a live demo on my website also, which I have deployed to freemediatools.com. So the name of the two web apps are Domain Who is Info Checker and Domain Age Checker. So I will be showing you the demo of all these two apps. So first of all, this is a live link deployed to my website. I have given the link in the video description. You can go to it and check here, freemediatools.com/domain who is info checker. So this is the information contained about the domain. So here you can enter any sort of domain. Let's suppose I enter my domain codingsiksha.com, and if I click this button, you will see it will grab the information about this domain inside a tabular structure. This is a domain name codingsiksha.com, registry who is server, who is hostinger.com, registrar URL. You can see this is the hosting provider, which is hostinger.com. So if you go to its official website, you will see on this hosting platform my website is deployed, so you can check it for any hosting provider. You can see that registrar, you can see creation date 2018 9 September 26. Domain age, you can see 2 years 1 month 8 days. So all this information is there inside the tabular structure. You can just change the domain name to, let's suppose, github.com, and again if you click get who is info data, this domain name will change here to GitHub. So it will take some time to fetch the data, so just wait. github.com, so you will see domain age 13 years, registry URL. So basically this is the hosting provider of github.com, so markmonitor.com. So this is a very handy tool by which you can just look up the who's info of any domain name. So many sort of online tools are available of this nature, but I just wanted to make our own tool. So this is a very basic tool. The user interface is very simple. You can just enter the domain name. Let's suppose I enter another domain name, which is zapac.com. So this is a free online games portal, zapac.com. You can see that 14 years domain age. Again, you can just go to its hosting provider. So with the help of this tool, you can just see on which hosting provider the website is hosted on. So this is the first tool which we will be making in this tutorial, and I will be making it inside Node.js and Express. The next tool is the domain age. So basically, if you want to just only know the domain age of the domain name, you can just go to this service, and here you will provide the domain name, let's suppose codingsiksha.com, and it will only grab the domain age. So you will see it has some faster output because it is only fetching the domain age. So you will see it is 2 years 1 month 8 days old. So let me just pick freemediatools.com. This is my website. So it is 1 month 7 days old. So you can just check for any sort of domain name. This is a very handy tool. google.com I check. So this is 23 years old. So Facebook. So if you like these tools, guys, please share these tools with your friends by using these social networks: WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail. Facebook is 23 years old. So these are the two tools that we will be building, and all the source code regarding this, all the source code of these two apps are also given in the video description alongside. You can just go to the video description and go to my step-by-step blog here I have provided all the source code and in the step-by-step instruction on how to make these two applications. So simply you need to copy this button here, so all the source code will be copied. So now let's get started by building these two applications. So first of all, what you need to do is that we need to go to our desktop, and here we will create a new folder. So we will go to cmd and make a directory. So this will be hosting project, let's suppose, and I will be going to this hosting project. And first of all, guys, we need to initialize npm init -y. This will create the default package.json file. So all these steps are I have illustrated in my step-by-step blog. You can just check out. And next we need to install the dependencies. So first of all, we will install Express dependency. This will be the backend server. Next we will install EJS, which is a template engine for HTML documents. Next we will install is valid domain. So basically this will check that whether the entered domain by the user is valid or not. This is a Node.js dependency, is valid domain. Next we will install whois dash JSON. So basically this will return the domain information inside JSON format. So basically this is a Node.js dependency that I discovered. So if you just search on Google whois dash JSON, so this is a dependency I am talking about. So you can see you're gonna also go to npmjs.com and search for this dependency whois dash JSON. So this is a very good dependency. Let me just change my internet connection to the good connection, so just wait. So basically this is the website here. So if I just reload it, so just wait. So this is a dependency, guys, whois dash JSON. So it has got 2684 weekly downloads. So we will install this dependency. So let me just write this whois JSON. And the last dependency that we need to install, so if you go to the blog here, you will see all these dependencies are listed out. Next we need to install moment. So moment is a datetime dependency of Node. Moment, this is a very good dependency. So just click enter and it will install all these dependencies inside your Node.js project. So as I was talking about this dependency, you can see if you provide a domain name, it will return all this information inside this JSON response: domain name, registry, domain ID, registry, whois server, registry URL, updated date, creation date. So with the help of this response, we will calculate the domain age by using this dependency, which is moment. So moment I talked about, moment.js is a JavaScript datetime library. So this is a very famous library of JavaScript. This is, you can see this is a datetime library, and it is also available on Node.js also. So if you just search on moment npm.js, so this is the official library of moment node dependency. You can see 16 million downloads are there, weekly downloads. So we are using it to calculate the domain age of the website. So all the dependencies are installed, so we can just open this inside our Visual Studio Code text editor. So first of all, what you need to do is that as you open the project, you will see a package.json file will be created automatically for you. So this will contain the basic information about the project, which is named, version, description. And now we simply need to create our index.js file. And one more dependency you can install, guys, which is nodemon, which will automatically restart the application for you whenever you make any sort of changes. So you need not have to manually restart the application by typing node index.js again and again. So this is a very handy dependency, so install it, nodemon. And now inside this, guys, we can just make our express server. So we can require express, and we can just make a simple express instance, app.listen 5000, or port number we will be listening on port 5000, and app.get. And when we hit the home route, we need to load the template response.render, because we are using EJS here. So we can just set the view engine by app.set, and here we can pass here view engine, and then we can pass here in the second argument we can pass here EJS, the dependency that we installed. So here we can create whois, the file name that we can do here is that whois info, like this. And here we need to create the views folder, and inside this we can just just change this name to domain whois info, and inside this views folder you can just create domain whois info EJS. So right here, guys, we will use some bootstraps. So inside this I will include the CDN. So just change the title to domain whois info checker, and we have already included the CDN of bootstrap and jQuery. So right here, guys, we also need to import body parser middleware, which is a built-in dependency of Node. you need not have to install it. So after this app here, you can just use the middleware or body parser like this body parser.json, and one other line which is body parser dot URL encoded, and this will take your option which is extended to false. So this is very much necessary if you are working with forms. If you want to get the form data, you will need this body parser middleware. So I think we can just copy paste the HTML code from my website. I need not have to write the HTML code, you can just copy paste it. So this is the HTML code here, and let me just copy it. So basically I will just copy paste it here. So if I go here to domain whoisinfo, inside the body I can paste it, and I can end this form here and also end the div. So title is domain whoisinfo, and we have a form which has an action of domain whoisinfo, and the method will be post. And we will have the domain URL. You can see this is the label, and we have a simple input text field where we will input the domain name. So this is required here. We have given a name attribute of domain which will be required to fetch the details. Now we have a simple button get whoisinfo. So I think if I nodemon dependency is installed, so in order to initialize nodemon you need to create a start script here. So inside the script section, so just here you need to write here nodemon index.js. So whenever you say here, if you start your application npm run start, it will start your application using nodemon. So you will see now your application has started. So what is saying, oh sorry, this port number is already in use, so we can just change the port number to, let's suppose, 8000. So you will see now the application will run on localhost 8000. So it is just starting the application, so just wait. So I think I can open the localhost. You can see this is a form here, so here we need to enter the domain name. So simply now we need to simply make the post request. So now what we want is that I can guide you. First of all, we need to include the dependencies that we have installed here. So all the dependencies that we have installed. So first of all, we will have whoisinfo. We need to require it. Whoisinfo, whoisjson, sorry, whoisjson. Next we will have the moment library, require moment, and also is valid domain. Is valid domain. That's it. So we have imported all these dependencies. So now we simply need to make the post request app.post to whoisinfo request response. So basically now to get the domain name which the user has entered, we can simply say request.body, because we are using the body parser middleware. So and next is the name attribute that we have given, which is domain. So this will get the domain name. We can simply console log it. And now if I check here, if I provide any sort of domain name and click on get whoisinfo, oh sorry, domain whoisinfo, sorry, this is domain whoisinfo, so we need to change the address. So if I again refresh it, if I enter the domain name coding siksha, and if I check the console, you will see coding siksha will be console log. And now we simply need to pass with this is valid domain function. So basically we need to check here if this is a valid domain or not. So is valid domain, and we need to pass this domain name to this like this. In the else block, we can just say response.send. Please enter domain name without http or https. So here simply we need to write the domain name without http or https. We only need to write the domain name. We don't need to write http or https. So now we can simply console log domain if the domain name is correct, like this. So now if I run the application once again, you will see, if I write here like this https codingsiksha.com, you will see this message, please enter domain name without http or https. And now if I enter like this codingsiksha.com, this is a correct way. If I enter here, you will see this message will be codingsiksha.com. And now we have validated the domain name. Now the next step is that we need to simply calculate the, first of all, get the whois info. So now to get the whois info, we need to write this line. We will make a results variable, and this is a async await, so we need to make this function async. So we are using await here. So await keyword is only valid in async functions. So whoisinfo is the library that we have imported here, and we are passing the domain name here. So this will return the results to us. We can simply console log it like this. And now if I once again go to the our application, go to localhost 8000. If I enter the domain name google.com, and if I check the console, you will see this will return this JSON response holding all this information to us. Now we simply need to display this information in a Tableau like structure. So this is pretty easy. You can see domain name, registry, domain name ID. So we need to only display only a subset of this information. So for this we can use, let me just show you. And for calculating the domain age, we will use this moment library. So this set of code we need to write here. So I will just copy paste it just to save time here. So I will just copy paste it here like this. So you can just copy paste it from my blog here. So simply copy paste it. So here we are passing the data here as results, and we are passing a boolean parameter when we got the data, flag to true, date. We are passing the domain age, which is inside domain age variable, and this is a date to date, like this. So now to display this information, guys, we need to go to this EJS template. So here we need to copy paste the code here, so which I have given here inside my blog. So you will see this is the code here. This is simply you need to copy paste this block of code. Sorry, this is the code here. So simply you need to copy paste it like this, control C, and inside your project here, after this form completes, paste it. So let me just explain the code. So here we are checking this boolean parameter. If the flag is set to true, then only execute this code. So inside index.js, first of all, if we are opening the page for the very first time, you can see inside this get request we are not passing all these parameters, so we also need to pass here inside this set of curly brackets. So here we are passing the title as well. So you can see we are passing all this information. So I can simply copy this and paste it here. So every time you render the template, you need to pass this information. So when we open the page for the very first time, we need not have to pass data. So this will be empty for now. Flag will be equal to false since there is no data, and date will also be null, and domain age will also be null, like this. So now to display this dynamic title, we can just use this we can replace this static title with dynamic one, like this. We can change this this angular bracket percentage sign is equal to title, and then percentage sign, angular bracket, that's it. So this will render the dynamic title to us. And now coming back to this code here, so it is checking the flag parameter. If it is set to true, then we will display this tabular structure which will contain this information: domain name, registrar, who is server, registrar URL, registrar, creation date, and domain age. So now to display this information, we are using data dot domain name, data dot. So this is a JSON response, so we are using the dot symbol here, and we are rendering out the information. So if I check the project here, you will see, oh sorry, we need to go to the home route. So localhost, sorry guys, my keyboard is not working, so just wait. uh, I just need to change here 8000. So you will see this is a form here. If I enter coding Shiksha, and if I enter it, you will see this will display it inside its tabular structure. All this information: domain name, registry, who is server, registry, URL, registrar, creation date, domain age. So in this similar fashion, you will create another file which is domain age checker EJS, and like this, domain age checker. You will create this file and you will copy paste the code similarly I have done in the previous step. So just do it manually by yourself. By your blog is there, all the source code is also available to you. So in this way you can just make these two web applications using Node.js and Express. So if you like this video guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next tutorial.